Hey everybody, this is Mars.
We do have a mission here.
I have been sick as a dog.
I think you'll find ourselves in an interesting.
I wanted to
Our philosophy is
do something for Halloween, since I'm a big monster collector. I was just too sick. So depending on how well this goes, I will probably do something next day or two. I was planning on doing showing off the first 100 issues of Famous Monsters. I've got a complete run up to about 150. So I was going to do that for Halloween, but as I said, I was just too sick. I've got bronchitis and some kind of ear infection. So I'll med it up, and hopefully in the next couple days I'll get back on my feet. Here's an issue of Foom. This is issue 20. Slowed down on my eBay purchases, so just being sick. But I think this is the last thing I require to the mail. I need about half, probably a Foom. I have I polished off Amazing World DC Comics earlier in the year, and now I want to finish off my Foom and Squatron. Sorry, Squatron's almost finished. Foom, like I said, I need about another 10 or 12 issues, but this is the next to last issue, issue 20. It's the extra, or it's the Edgar Rice Burroughs issue, with this focus on John Carter of Mars, which was the title of Marvel at the time. I did get some custom binds in, some new additions to my library, so I thought I'd show them off. This first one is probably my favorite comic title of all time. That's Jack Kirby's Demon. That's all 16 or 17 issues there. Yes, I know there's a collected edition hardcover, but I had all the Kirby things, but I sold them. Except for the original issues. I like having the letter columns and the house ads. Kirby's letter columns are very interesting. In the first few issues, before the letters showed up, a couple very interesting essays on demonology and the occult and stuff, and I really enjoyed reading those. So this is a demon. So that's going on the shelf. There's some great Kirby art in here. So that's one.
Apparently none of them survived. I'd like to see the medical records on the expedition.
Now this series I had broken up into 2 volumes, and another favorite series of mine from the Bronze Age. That is Plop. There's Plop Volume 1. This is, I think issues like 1 through 12 or so.
He promised to throw away the shingle. May you find no weaklings here.
Plop,
Captain?
Volume 2,
This is the reason, Captain.
which is the remainder of the series.
This soil will grow anything we plant.
I don't know what's up with DC White. They've yet to release a collected edition of Plop. I think it's crazy. It's wonderful material, some great cartooning in there, but DC has never released a collected edition of Plop, which now that I've had these done, I'm sure one will probably be solicited. That's okay though, I'm happy with these. So there is Plop. Okay, well, if you've been following my videos at all, you know that my first love and my gateway drug into the comics hobby were the magazines. The magazines of Warren Publications. Well, specifically, although I also enjoyed the Marvel magazines. So my goal is to have all the Marvel horror magazines of the 70s, which are so important to be growing up. I want to have them bound for my library. I've showed off my bound sets of Monsters of the Movies, Monsters Unleashed, Tales of the Zombie. I think those have all shown those off. I got 2 more sets in last week. Actually, these arrived on Halloween Day, perfectly. So, Vampire Tales. That's the whole run of Vampire Tales with the annual. Vampire Tales featured Morbius the Vampire and the magazine. And also had some film articles and stuff. I love Vampire Tales. But everything's here in 1 volume. And then, out to be outdone, one of the other great horror books from Marvel in the 70s, Dracula Lives. Dracula Lives ran a little longer than the other titles. I think this one ran 13 or 14 issues, plus an annual. So this one is also 2 volumes, and that's got the entire Dracula Lives run in here. And this is a terrific magazine. It has stories of Dracula throughout the ages. You'll get like a modern day Dracula tale, and it has like Dracula during just different periods of history. So I really love Dracula Lives, and I'm very happy to have these in my library. So at the bindery now, I've got Planet of the Apes. I've got the entire, 25, 26 issues of Planet of the Apes magazine. Those are at the bindery. Those are going to be in 3 volumes. Those are being worked on now. And after Planet of the Apes, let's see what I've got them in my box here ready to go. This next set will go, and the next series to be done will be Haunt of Horror. And Haunt of Horror will close out, really, I think, the key horror and science fiction books, the fantasy books of Marvel in the 70s. There's also Savage Tales. I've got all the Savage Tales issues. Those will probably go too. I was collecting Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, but Marvel is collecting those in a series of omnibuses, the magazines. It's supposed to have all the articles with it too. So I'm just going to hang on to my issues I have and just buy the omnibus, the 2 omnibus. There are 2 or 3, I think they're going to come out with those. So anyway, there's 5 issues to Haunt of Horror. This is an issue of Marvel Preview, issue 12 of Marvel Preview, which is the remainder of the Haunt of Horror library or inventory after they canceled the magazine. And in the same book, I'm also having bound Masters of Terror, which came at the very tail end of kind of the horror magazine craze by Marvel. This came out in '75, and I remember buying this at a Hallmark store, essentially, a card store. My mother would go in there every once in a while, and I remember seeing this on the shelf. So this only ran 2 issues. These are all reprints, but these are great issues. These 2 Master of Terrors. There's some great work here. That cover, that's a Steranko cover, for Invisible Man. So there's 2 issues, and an issue of Marvel Preview that is also branded as Masters of Terror. So all those will be going into 1 volume. And I'm probably going to do, I've got the Tomb of Dracula magazine. That came out in 79 or 80. That's kind of like the second wave. I'll probably have those bound too. Those aren't as essential to me. I was a little older when those came out. They don't mean as much to me, but just for completeness sake, I'll probably have those done also. And once these are done, I'm going full bore into Famous Monsters, and I'm going to have my run of Famous Monsters bound. So that'll be nice. Those will be probably 20, 25 volumes of Famous Monsters. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show off today. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to, I got a new tablet. My old tablet has crashed, so camera on this one should be better. It's got more memory. So hopefully my videos will be a little more professional looking. I know the last couple I shot on my cell phone were pretty crappy. But my tablet had crashed and the camera on my phone was not very good. So hopefully this turns out better. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll be back if I'm able. And hopefully with my big famous monsters video that I had planned for Halloween. So thank you. Please like this video if you're not subscribed. I'd love to have you a subscriber. If you like this type of stuff, monsters and horror and comics, that's what I'm all about. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.